Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. So, let's start with Eric Fleming. So, in my last video, which I do stand by what I said, I don't agree with cheating, but I agree with fair play. Quinn cheated first, okay? And I personally don't like that type of imbalance in a relationship. I could not imagine being with someone who cheated on me and then just being like, no, I can forgive you and we can just move on. Like, no. Um, but with that being said, now he's out there, he's running behind Quinn's back, he's having these secret, sex, meetings or whatever with Donna, getting it on and everything like that. And I'm just looking at this whole thing and I'm like, I guess I want to sit there and play a little bit of devil's advocate. If you know how hurtful that is to, you know, go through, to be betrayed, to be lied to lose your faith in someone because you put your faith in this person and well, they pretty much tore it to shreds. Knowing that pain, knowing that anguish, why would you do it to someone else? Okay, I am not Quinn's biggest fan. But with that being said, you know, you know what that was like. Why are you doing it to her? And why are you doing it to her now? This is something else that I really don't understand. I mean, I get with soap operas, you know, the concept of time is is a little skewed. But during this whole affair, the first time, and then subsequently, when he allowed it to happen, how long ago was that between then and now? I mean, my whole thing is like when this whole ED thing happened to him and he thought it was ED. I honestly feel that he was going to do something with, if he was going to do something with Donna, he should say something. He should literally sit there and say, hey, listen, when you're out there banging Carter left, right, and the third, and after I found out, I continued to let that happen. Well, I mean, don't you kind of feel like you owe me one? I mean, there's a movie called Hall Pass. Okay, and granted, that has nothing to do with what's going on right now. I kind of feel like this is one of those things where she should give him a hall pass. Okay, she should give him that, and I've heard this in a couple of people as far as like, if you and somebody else are married, who's the one person that you could sit there and be like, all right, listen, I'm going to be faithful with you. But if I had to pick one person that you just got to allow me to just get it out of my system, you know, um, but I feel like it should be a level of a hall pass. I feel like if he's going to sit there and do this, and he's going behind her back, I'm like, bro, just man up and be like, hey, listen, you had your fun. I'm going to have mine. Otherwise, this whole thing, I mean, granted, it's not out of whack because, again, I feel like, again, fair play. But, like, listen, I'm not an advocate of cheating, but I'm an advocate of fair play. So I'm not mad at Eric for what he's doing because Quinn started it first. But I guess if we're sitting there playing devil's advocate, you've been through that. Why would you sit there and do it to her? Now let's talk about Rich for a minute. So there's one point where, Eric is sitting there talking about, what's going on with you and stuff like that. And then he gets a text from Don. He's like, oh, I gotta go. And Rich is like, you going back to the gym? Bro, you just got here. Really? You really need to do that much racquetball? And Eric was like, yeah, I need to do a whole lot of racquetball. Like, a lot. I mean, it's just, this is the way he was like, yeah, And so, he goes out there. Taylor comes over, brings some Chinese food. They talk about Steffi. They talk about Sheila. Then he start getting all close and everything like that. And my whole thing is like, Rich, you moved out of Steffi's place to move into your dad's place so you can have some time. Is this what he said? He was like, I just need some time to sit there and think about my future. This is what he said to his dad. This is what he said to both of them, right? So why are you getting so cozy with Taylor for if your whole idea was to get yourself some time and space? I the same issues that I have with him in this episode has been the same issues that I've been having with him since jump. Since Taylor got in town, I've been having a certain level of issues with him. And I feel like a broken record at this point. Because I'm just like, bro, in all honesty, just pick someone and go with it. You are literally damn near a 50-year-old man, and you sit there telling me that you can't sit there and just do eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a piggy by his toe. Like, nothing, nothing. So Brooke comes over, and Brooke is like, what's going on? Taylor, I can understand why a lot of people don't like her. I really can. She uses her kids as an excuse to spend time with Rich. Oh, we're just sitting there bonding over, Steffi leaving because of, Finn and everything like that. And, we're just both trying to process it. And I'm like, for a woman who comes across as a somewhat saint and, she helps a bunch of people and she's so good and kind hearted and everything else, you're using your damn kids as some sort of excuse to spend more time to get Rich back in your life. Are you kidding me? But yet you want to sit there and come at Brooke like, oh, her scandals and you're this, that, and the third. I'm like, sweetheart, you're not really that much better. You're not. It's almost kind of worse because you don't own up to some of the stuff that you've done. Like what you're doing right now. You want to sit there and say Brooke is this, that, and the third. What about you? I mean, hell, I haven't even been watching the show that long, and already I'm just like, really? And she even goes so far as to sit there and say, well, tell him, Reg. Tell him why I'm here. Tell him that we're sitting there bonding over our kids. As she looks at Reg, and Reg just has this stupid look on his face. Like the type of look that you're just like, bro, part of me wants to sit there and take my foot, take my damn boot, and just kick you in the face so hard because you're just like, I'm like, if I had x-ray vision, I'm pretty sure I can look inside your head and I don't even think I will see a brain there. I mean, it'll be liquid, it'll be blood, but I don't think there's a brain there. Bro, you're literally having these two women fight over you and you're just like, what are you contemplating the meaning of life? Like, are you gonna say something? No, we're just gonna end the credits like that. That's awesome. I wonder what was the big reveal for when the episode comes. When tomorrow's episode comes back on, if they focus on those two, what's gonna wind up happening? Is he gonna say something profound? Is he gonna be like, "Hey, ladies, there's enough for me to go around"? Like, I mean, what is gonna come out of your mouth at this point? I really want to know. I genuinely want to know. Now, before then, Brooke was with Deacon, which, she's all like, oh, we can't be seen together because Rich is going to be upset. I'm like, boo, you're waiting. You know what, whatever. Deacon blames himself for Sheila because he's like, listen, I should have saw the signs. She was rambling. She was all over the place. I'm like, bro, isn't that just a typical day for Sheila? Just to be all rambling and talking all crazy. That's just a typical Tuesday for this chick. There's no way you was gonna know. And of course, he still wants to be with her, and Brooke is all like, "Oh, my husband this, my husband that." So it's like, all right, boo, go on and get back your man. I am so rooting for you. You can tell by the level of my enthusiasm. Quinn and Carter, Quinn and Carter. You know, at this point, all I feel like I should have to say is Quinn and Carter. And I think that's pretty much just kind of sums them up. I don't even know I even bother to take any notes. I'm pretty much, I mean, at this point, I've been watching the show for a while. You hear the word Quinn and Carter, what do you think's going to end up happening? But, you know, just for giggles, let's get into it. Yeah, it's pretty much the same merry-go-round. You know, Carter can't get over Quinn, and Quinn is all like, no, we can't be together because of my faithful husband who has never, ever, ever lied to me. And I'm just like, I should feel bad for her. I really should, but I don't. For so many reasons. I don't feel bad for her. Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much about it. I mean, they get on the whole, Carter's gonna sit there and be with Paris to keep Paris' mouth from saying anything, from keeping Paris from saying anything to Eric about those two confessing their undying love to each other. Um, and Quinn is like, don't do it. You don't really want to be with her. You don't really love her. And I'm just like, Carter has so many issues that I'm just like, why are you always willing to throw your life away for some of these women that are on screen? I mean, before it was Paris. He really wanted to be with Paris, even though Paris was with a Forrester and his job, his career, and everything like that could have went down in flames. This is after he decided, hey, let me be with Quinn. Oh, wait, I'm being with another Forrester woman. So the first Forrester woman, you would think you would learn his lesson from. Nah, let me sit there and be with another Forrester woman. Oh, wait, it's a girl? I can really be with her? Uh, Zende is just being unrealistic and just being like, hey, I'm just going to step aside. You can do you. I just want her to be happy. So you got the green light. You can actually be with this woman that you've been fantasizing and want to be for so long. When I can't, I just, isn't he a writer on this show or he has some sort of writing credit? You're telling me this is the best that this brainchild can sit there and come up with? Meanwhile, you got annoying ass Grace that should probably either find a man or a better toy to satisfy herself with. It's just like, Paris, you better be with Zende because Zende is your future, not that no good loser Carter who cheated on your sister and was wound up with another Forrester woman. And I don't. I feel like I'm watching the circus at times. I mean, granted, all these soap operas are circuses, but this one is just like, I think this is partly the reason why I couldn't wait to get back to doing these reviews. Because, I mean, all these shows have a certain level of, well, stupidity to them. This one goes off like alarm stuff. Like with General Hospital and Days, even Y&R. My issue with Y&R, I mean, I have a bunch of them, but my issue with Y&R is that it's so slow. And you have so many characters that do nothing and bring very little to the table. Now you got Amani that's just like, oh, I don't care if he has a girlfriend. I want to be with him anyway. And shuts up her sister who's like, yo, listen, he's in a committed relationship with somebody. No, I'm going to do what I want because it's what I want and the hell with everyone else. Okay, cool. You're finally having a character do something. I mean, it's trashy, but it's whatever. Meanwhile, what do you have Noah doing? What is Tess and Mariah doing? And so I feel like it's just so slow. Um, I still want to get back to that. I just gotta find a way to make sure I have enough time to do it. You know, um, and it's not just enough time to do the review; it's enough time to watch the episode. But I'm gonna figure it out. I'm figure it out because this is clearly it's what I love to do. I also feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't really think of anything else that really happened. I mean, you have a small canvas, so I feel like I kind of covered it all. Hmm. There's somebody else that also does. There's somebody else also does that does all four of these reviews, and I'm just like, man, how do you do it? I mean, I did it, and I'm still wondering how I did it. But eventually, I will get back there again. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't really think of anything else that happened, and so yeah, just double check the notes. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much about it. Now, I have a very odd question. This is nothing soap opera related. This is maybe a tax related sort of thing. Um, if you saw the subscriber count, I'm nearly up to 1,000 subscribers. To get up to that threshold, I can start applying for the partnership and actually start making a bit of money. Now, with that being said, I wonder, there's certain things you can, write off as a tax deduction. And I'm wondering, is notebooks part of that? That's a genuine question, you know? Because technically it is being used for a business purpose. And since I'm getting paid, we'll be getting paid by YouTube, is that something that I could be like, all right, cool. So throughout the year, I spend X amount of dollars on these books, these notebooks. So I can can I get a tax reduction on that? That is the genuine question I'm asking. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I feel like that's about it. I feel like yeah, that's about it. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.